course, many runners won't be in good enough shape to make it here to the finish line at the Grand Park Band Show. But then, many runners don't care. Perhaps that's because a marathon is a sport where it really doesn't matter whether you win or lose, but how you run the game.
I think for me, the significance of this being my debut marathon is that I just get the opportunity to go out and do something really freaking hard and really see what I'm made of, and just put myself to the test and see kind of where I go when things get really, really hard. Because I've run other races, I've run a couple halves, I've run high rocks, and those are hard, but they just aren't over this kind of distance, and I've never tested my endurance in this way. So it'll be really cool to see how both my physical training and mental training come together to create whatever outcome I get on Saturday. Overall, legs are feeling really strong. I've got a slight kind of like tender weakness in the back of my left knee, but it doesn't seem to be affecting speed or strength right now. I'm curious to see how it'll hold up come the later miles in the race. But right now, everything's feeling good. So this is my normal morning routine. I'll wake up somewhere between like 4:30 and 5 typically. I'll come down. I've usually got everything already laid out from the night before. So got electrolytes, supplements, Body Glide, gels, massage gun, camera if I know I'll be filming some of it. But I always like to lay it out the night before just to get rid of any other distractions the morning of when it's already super early and you're waking up and you're gonna go do something hard, just getting all the hard things out of the way early. My name is Lucas Williams. I am a creative, I'm an athlete, and what that looks like for me right now is building a running apparel brand with my friends and also training for my first marathon. So this training block has gone really well. I'm 15 weeks deep now, 1 week to go. Deep in taper mode, which is amazing. But yeah, the training block has gone great. I've hit almost all of my workouts. I've been very consistent throughout it all. And with that has come some external sources of, why is this your goal? I think you can push further than that. But I've stuck with this goal because I just really don't know how things are gonna feel. The furthest I've ever run is 21 miles, and that felt pretty hard, and that was not at marathon pace. So adding an extra 5.2 onto that sounds very daunting. And so I want to go in a little bit conservative. I want it to be a great experience because I don't want this to be my last one. And I want to have fond memories of it all while also pushing myself to do the best that I can and leaving everything out there. I'm feeling really good about my time goal, but still I just feel like with my fitness and how new I am to endurance running, I feel like I'm still much more tailored to those shorter distances, and so that's why I'm still kind of conservative, at least in my head, about where this race is going to go and how I'm going to perform. But there were a couple really solid kind of inflection points in my training block. I had a big 16-miler that was supposed to be at marathon pace, ended up being like 30 seconds average minute per mile faster than marathon pace. So that was another huge confidence boost, and that's where some of these external sources came in saying, hey, you need to be running way faster than that. I'm like, okay, pump the brakes. Come join me for a 16-miler at marathon pace. Mile 1, 7:15. Mile 2, 7:04, 6:58, 6:47. It's getting a little dangerous here. 6:51. Mile 6, 6:57, 6:57, 6:40, 6:50, 6:31, 6:51, 6:51. Mile 13, 6:49, 6:47, 6:44. One more to go. All right, mile 16, 6:30 pace. Still very proud of that effort, and I'm obviously taking that fitness and that experience into the race, but also trying to temper that with, I've never fueled for that long, I've never been on my feet for that long, so there are just a lot of things that I don't know how my body's going to respond to when the rubber meets the road. I am a week and a half out from race day now. My legs are feeling pretty good. They could feel better, so I'm gonna use this next week and a half to sharpen them up as best as I can, and just make sure they're feeling as good as they can come race day. Yeah, I know there's not a lot more fitness that I can get in the next week and a half, but there's a lot more injured I can get in the next week and a half, so really just prioritizing rest, recovery, and making sure that my legs are feeling as good as they can come race day. What running brings to me is so many different things. It brings together a unique community that I wouldn't normally come across, and so I'm able to connect with people who are not that similar to me, and that's a beautiful thing. It also brings tons of inspiration for me, so just the running community I feel is really cutting edge in terms of creativity and design, and I don't know if that's because we all go out there and we put our all into something just physically draining, and then we just want to, on the flip side, have that with just mental stimulation and expressing ourselves creatively. But it just brings me a very well-rounded approach to life and what feels like a very balanced approach, and that's something that I see a lot of the guys who are out there running with me do. They come out here and they run really hard, and then they go sit at a desk and they work really hard, and they just have that balance, and that's something that I'm all about. There's no doubt in my mind, come race day, that race is gonna get 100% of everything I've got to offer, and I'm gonna leave it all out there. I just don't know what that's gonna look like. So that could be way faster than 3:15, it could be way slower than 3:15. I have no idea, but I know I'm gonna give it everything I've got. I just, within there, just don't know where that's gonna sit. But the work has been done. The race is just gonna be the culmination of all of that, and so I'm super excited to just go out and let it rip. Cool.
Great. Dude, I think we're cool.
Let's go.